Hey fam, this is One-on-One with Modenise. Today we are baking a cream cheese peach cobbler pound cake, and oh my god, this might be one that you want to add for the holiday season. Right here are all the ingredients that you'll need for your pound cake. It's a few steps, but it's simple and easy to make. Let's go, y'all. Okay, so you're gonna need 3 bowls for this recipe because the first layer is going to be the topping, which is the peach cobblers. So the peaches I use is just 1 can of peaches, and you can drain some of the juice off because you're not gonna use all the juice. I just dump mine directly into the bowl, which is fine as well. And then you want to add some cinnamon. Now, I didn't measure the cinnamon or the vanilla. I just poured and dumped. And you want to add a little bit of nutmeg as well. Don't go overboard with the ground nutmeg though. I figured that I couldn't mess this up if I just eyeballed it. So I just kind of poured. And then once you get the vanilla, the nutmeg, and the cinnamon mixed together, you want to add some brown sugar. This is just the brown sugar I had in the cabinet, so I don't know if it's a difference between the light brown sugar and the dark brown sugar, but I had a fresh box of dark brown sugar, so that's what we're using today. And you want to put a half a cup of brown sugar. Just mix your peaches and your brown sugar together, and you're just gonna mix it up really good and let it sit to the side while you make your batter for your cake. So here we have 8 ounces of cream cheese. This is gonna be our cream cheese filling for the cake. I just use Philadelphia cream cheese. If you want to use off-brand, that's fine. It doesn't matter what brand cream cheese. Make sure that all your ingredients are room temperature so they blend well. To your cream cheese, you also want to add 1 egg. So, y'all, I am bad with cracking eggs, but I didn't get any shells in here, so lucky for that. And then you want to add sugar as well. So here we're pouring in a half a cup of sugar, and then we're just going to add some cinnamon in here and some vanilla, which the cinnamon and vanilla I did not measure. I just dumped some in there. Well, that was the end of that, so yeah. Hey fam, if you're still with me, go ahead, share, like, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you, I really appreciate it. Now let's go ahead and finish this peach cobbler cream cheese pound cake. And so you want to take this mixture, blend it up really well, and then you're gonna sit this bowl to the side so you can make the actual cake batter after you get this blended up pretty good. This cake is actually pretty simple to make. It's not that hard at all. Okay, so now we're actually gonna work on the cake batter. So we have 2 sticks of butter. This is just the brand I use. You can use whatever butter brand that you use. I don't know if it has to be unsalted or salted. I just use 2 sticks of butter that I had. And the butter needs to be room temperature as well. So my eggs, my butter, and my cream cheese, I actually just sat out on the counter when I got up in the morning, and I made the cake in the afternoon. To the cream cheese and the butter, we're gonna add our sugar. Okay, so now I'm just blending this all up until it becomes a creamy consistency. And I wish I had like a KitchenAid stand-in mixer or something, because this part takes a little minute. I think I blended for almost 5 to 10 minutes just to incorporate all this together so it can become creamy and smooth. But the softer your butter is, the softer your cream cheese is, the smoother it will blend together. But y'all, this handheld mixer I have is pretty good. I've actually had this mixer for like 10 years. I just don't cook a lot, so maybe that's why it's holding up really well, but it actually does pretty good. I believe it's Black & Decker. And as I make this cake batter, I will continue to scrape the sides of the bowl as well. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to put in the eggs. I've already pre-cracked the eggs. There are 5 eggs here, and I'm just gonna dump those in. And then we're gonna incorporate this with our flour, sugar, really good. Oh, and then our vanilla too. I put the vanilla in here as well. No, I did not measure out the vanilla. I believe it's 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I just dumped some in there. I don't think you could really mess up stuff like cinnamon and vanilla. Just eyeball it. It'll be okay. I hope so. So as you add your ingredients, you just want to make sure that you blend everything together really good so it'll be nice and creamy. And then here I go. I'm going to scrape that side of the bowl again just to make sure that everything is getting incorporated really good. Okay, so now we're going to get ready to add in our salt and our baking powder. So I don't think it's a particular brand you have to use. So this is just what I have in the house. So I do scrape my baking powder, and I do measure that, and I measure my salt as well. Okay, y'all, we're almost done. Now it's time to incorporate our flour. I didn't know what flour to use, so I just bought some cake flour, and I was just gonna dump it in there, but it started to get a little bit messy, and I figured I needed the right measurements for the flour, so I just take it to the side and scrape off the excess. And it's 3 cups of flour, so I actually do 1 cup at a time, and then blend it with the rest of my wet ingredients now. And I just kind of speed this up really fast so you don't have to see all the blending. But it is 3 cups of flour. And we're just going to do 1 cup at a time. Now for the eggs, you guys, I don't know if you're supposed to do 1 egg at a time. So I just dumped all my eggs in. But the flour is just too much, I think, for my bowl to dump it all in at the same time. So that's why I decided to do 1 cup at a time and then mix it together. Okay, fam, I am starting to get really excited because the cake batter is so smooth and creamy, and it's coming out looking just like what I saw before. So I was like, I think I'm doing it right because it looks so good and it's starting to smell good. Now we're going to add our heavy whipping cream, and you just need a cup of heavy whipping cream. Now the heavy whipping cream is the last thing that I'm going to add to this batter. So you want to make sure that you have your oven turned on to 350 degrees so your cake can go into a hot oven. So do make sure that you go ahead and have your oven preheated. Y'all see how creamy this is? It just looks so good. Okay, you guys, that's it for the blending. So we are done. And then I just kind of scrape the sides of the bowl, and I'm loving the consistency of this cake batter. So now we're just gonna layer our peaches in this pan. Now this is a 9.5-inch pan. I think I needed one a little bit larger after I fill it up, but this is what we're working with right now. So you don't want to put the juice. Do not put all the juice from the peaches in the pan. It's okay if a little bit of juice gets in there, but you want to strain most of the juice off and just layer your peaches around the bottom of the pan. And then you're going to take a layer of your cake batter, almost half of it, and you're going to put that around the pan as well. You guys, if you're liking this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share as well. So now that we have that in there, I kind of shook it a little bit, and then remember our cream cheese filling? I'm gonna just pour that in. Now the cream cheese filling, I don't think I did something right. I'm not for sure, but I could have used less of it, or maybe I should have put it in the refrigerator so it wasn't too runny. I don't know, but you know, we're just gonna go with the flow here at this point. And then you want to take the rest of your cake batter and just lay that on top of the cream cheese filling. This part was actually not hard at all, just layering everything in. It was pretty easy. You just want to try to make sure that it's even. I think I could have used a little bit less of the cream cheese filling, and then it would have been a little bit smoother when I layered the top layer on. But at this point I was like, hey, we just gonna go with it. So then I kind of shake, make sure there's no air bubbles, and then into the oven. So I let this bake at 350 degrees for about an hour and a half, and this is what we have. It's a pretty golden color brown. The top is nice and crispy, just like I remember how my grandfather's pound cakes used to be. You always want that crispy bottom to them. So you want to let this cool for about a half an hour or so. And while the cake is cooling, I decided to go ahead and make the topping, which is nothing but confectionate sugar and lemon juice. That's it. And I just whisk it together to make sure it comes out nice and creamy. I just do a little bit at a time, and you can see I just add and make more. And just make as much as you like. And then you're just gonna sit this to the side until your cake finished cooling. Now that the cake is cool, we're gonna go ahead and flip it out. And let's see, you guys. Ooh. Okay, so I really liked how this came out. And then all we have to do is just drizzle the drizzle our icing on top. You can do it with or without the icing, it's up to you. I could have let my cake cool a little bit longer, but I was just kind of anxious to see what it was gonna do and what it looked like. Y'all, your girl did her thing with this cake. This cake came out so good. Add this to the list of desserts for the holidays. Don't forget to comment. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about the recipe and how it turned out for you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Until next time, fam. Bye.